Hello, everyone. This is Martin here, and we're going to be looking at trading opportunities for the week coming up July the 10th to the 14th. So, we're going to be looking at the major currency pairs. I'm going to give you my take on what I see is happening in the markets, where I think price is going to go next, and even give you some opportunities for different price levels where you may want to consider taking trades. So, this week, our theme is wait for the trend and momentum for direction. And I'll be explaining that in the video. There generally are different ways to look at the markets, to analyze the markets, and to take trades. One of the main ways is to anticipate where price is going to go, and then place an order with proper money management. So that's and hopefully you are correct in your decision. The other way is using filters such as special indicators that do show trend and momentum, which could give you further clues to direction. So we're going to be doing that today. And on my charts, I've installed one extra indicator below my main indicator, the main MACD indicator, and below that you're going to find an indicator. And as we go through the different currency pairs, I will explain exactly how to use this second indicator to help us with our trading decisions. Okay, and before we do that, we're going to go directly to our disclaimer. Okay, it's important to understand that when you watch the video here, I am not giving you actual any investment advice, or I'm not telling you exactly what to do. The videos I present are mainly for educational purposes. You can see that right there, and I have to underline that. So always take that in consideration, that I'm trying to educate you as to what to look for in the markets, where to take trades, and how to use proper money management. So again, education is the key. Okay, always view the video at your own risk, and remember, I'm not trying to. Uh, I'm not trying to tell you to do anything. You always have to decide what's best for you with regards to your individual money management preferences. Okay, with that said, we're now going to switch to the main currency pairs. Okay, take a look here with our first currency pair. This is the Euro USD daily. You can see that right here. And you can see we've been in a massive uptrend starting actually all the way back here, back in March. It's just gone up and up, making new higher highs, new higher highs, new higher lows. Okay, and price is definitely in an uptrend. We may be going sideways right now. We have hit the long-term resistance. You can see that right here. I've actually spelled this out for you, and I've indicated that in a gray rectangle. Now, price may certainly go above that, okay? And resistance just means turning points, okay? And in relationship to our question last week, I think the big question I asked in last week's video, when will the markets turn around? And we certainly had great evidence here. Last week, you can see over here, this red line depicts the start of the weekly trading session of last week. So this is the close. This candle here is the close of the previous Friday. Okay, and then we have the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The 5 candles here for price action for last week. But you can see we had already hit resistance, and price did bounce off the resistance. It then had rebounded back up. You see, price did not close below the 8. It actually bounced off the 8 EMA, and now on Friday we had a bit of a pullback. So the question is, will price come down a bit? My bias is yes. On the short term, I believe price will come down just a wee bit. And down to again to test the 8. If price breaks the 8, then price is going to come all the way here. But then here is a longer term trend line. You can see joins the bottom here, here close to the bottom there. and price may certainly go up from there, maybe through resistance, okay? However, price may from here bounce off the 8 again and go higher. So again, it's something that you have to watch for. Um, it could be going sideways or a little bit lower in the short term. So this caution price right now is at resistance, okay? And the other thing that I want to show you is take a look down here. See where my mouse cursor is? Okay. This is this um, second indicator, okay? You can see that right here. And it is a longer term trending. It's similar to a MACD. And you can see green bars indicate trending higher. The market is trending higher. Red bars trending lower. When the histo bars are above the zero, this is the zero level right here. That means we are generally in an uptrending market. We are in an uptrend. Okay. However, when you see the red bars above the zero, it just means the uptrend is weakening. And then again, we had a strengthening of the uptrend right here with these green bars. This one, the MACD, this is the one that I use for the short-term swings, up and down swings. Again, we had a short-term, if you take a look above, we had a short-term swing higher. And now take a look, see the MACD is the blue line. It's completely sideways. That means wait, we could be going in the sideways consolidation. Price may be coming down. So you would have to look for more evidence, okay? And when I say more evidence, down here, you want to see at least one you want to see one green histobar. And how we use this one, we also want to see one green histobar. So when we have at least one or more green histobars above zero here and one green histobar here with this lower indicator, then it's a good time to jump in. It's telling us that the momentum and trend is strengthening again to the upside. Okay, so that is this bottom indicator. So here, what I want to say is if we believe price is going to go lower, we want to take a sell below 113.56. If we believe price is going to go higher, we wait for the breakout and we want to buy above 114.55. So again, wait for further strength. You may want to go to a lower time frame chart, and this is interesting. Okay, let's take a look. Here is the H4 chart. Okay, you can see that right here. You can see prices trending down. It's right at the 8 or just below the 8 EMA. Price could be coming down to this big simple moving average here. You can see red histobar on the shorter term MACD, and then we have a couple of red bars in this lower indicator. So we want to have one green, this is important, one green um, histogram bar here, and we want to see this turn up above zero. So we want to see at least one or more histobars here before we could be confident in taking a price higher. Okay, so that's looking at the H4 chart to time your entries. Even though you're looking at the daily chart. Now we get to the British pound USD. You can see daily here had a huge down day on last Friday. This is Friday's close. Not only was it a huge bearish candle, it closed below the 8, but it is sitting right there at dynamic support with this 50 SMA right there, and price may certainly go down lower. However, price may now go up in a short term or go sideways before coming down. Again, it's something that you have to wait for more evidence. Price again is between the moving averages, between the this one and the 8. So wait for further evidence. Okay, and that is the key issue there. Again, you can take a look here. We have red histobars on the longer term indicator right there. See, so the uptrend has been weakening on the longer term, and a shorter term certainly has. We do have a red histobar there, and you can see the blue MACD is now curling below, starting to curl below this the signal line there. Okay, so again, if we believe price is going to go higher, we have to wait for some further indication from our filters to help us with trend and momentum. Okay, now we get to the Australian USD. Same thing. Price has come down again in answer to the question of last week's video. Price, you can see, came right down off of this resistance. We were sitting at resistance, and I mentioned this to you in last week's video. So I did say that I was looking, my bias was to the downside. It certainly did come down, and now it is sitting at support with this gray rectangle. I've drawn in a trend line here. So price could be going sideways, price could go a little bit higher, price could go a little bit, could go lower, certainly. But the main thing here is wait for further evidence. Okay, now we can sell. If we believe price is going to go lower, we can take a sell trade. Okay, we can take a sell trade below, and I'm just taking a look at my levels here. 0.7550. Okay, if we believe price is going to go higher, we want to buy. See right here, take a look to your left. Okay, if we drew in a horizontal line, so we want to buy above 76.37, 0.7637 to the upside. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for buy and sell trading opportunities. Okay, now we're going to switch to gold, and again, often depending on how gold goes. Okay, um, it can also give you an idea as to where the Australian dollar is going, because it's often tied in. The strength of the Australian dollar is tied into gold. Here you can see clearly gold has broken support. You can take a look at the previous swing low here. Okay. Also last week, it had broken through this trend line. I've drawn in the trend line right there, and so now it's just coming down. And I also mentioned that there was a the bearish pattern, flag pattern here of a couple of weeks ago. I might have mentioned it last week, but by that I mean here's the flagpole. Okay, here is the upside down flag, and again this distance you see from here A to B most likely will end up being here C to D, so from here down to here. Okay, so whatever the distance is from here to here, this most likely will come down to at least replicate the AB distance. So let me just take off all of that from the chart for a second. So I believe price is going to come down lower. Certainly you can sell below 0.7550. However, price, because of this big down move on Friday, price may retrace slightly, pull back first, and then come down. But my bias is certainly to the downside, and if gold keeps coming down, that means the Australian dollar will be a little bit weaker against the US dollar, as on the previous chart, which means that here's the previous chart, Australian USD. That means this price may go sideways or come down a little bit lower, but we'll have to wait and see. Now we move to the New Zealand USD. Here, basically, we want to wait. You see, again, price came off of resistance last week. It actually broke a longer term trend line. You can see the swing low here, okay, and it's come down, but it's gone sideways really. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days, price has really gone sideways. I don't expect that much here. You can see the longer term indicator where we've had red histo bars for quite some time now. Again, showing that price had come close to the resistance and was going to be going sideways. So on a longer term trend, this indicates downward pressure. And again, you saw this happening on the MACD right here, where again we have a series of red histo bars below the zero level. Now, note that this has not come down below zero just yet, but it is trending lower. So I do see some weakness here, and again, Also note that price is below the 8 EMA. Okay, so it on with the Friday, well, Thursday and Friday closed below the 8 EMA. If we believe price is going to go lower, we want to sell below 0.7248. Okay, now we move to the US CAD, and this is an interesting pair. There have been a lot of good economic news coming out of Canada. And here you can see that has impacted this currency pair where the the US dollar against the CAD has just become weaker. It's come lower and lower and lower. Okay, and I'm sorry, this is the H4 chart. I probably want to discuss something there, but okay, you can see last week it was below the support, and now once price reaches below support, this becomes future resistance. In case price ever comes up, most likely it'll come up and then bounce back down again. But you can see on we've had a mostly downward momentum. We're in a downward trend here for the US CAD, so we are in a downtrend. Take a look at the histo bars. Long term, we are below zero, and but there may be because after usually a huge move down, we may have a pullback first. Now, my bias is to the downside, but we may have a pullback first, so I would just watch that. It's probably best to wait for the pullback to end. If we believe price is going to go lower, then we want to sell below 128.50, okay? And if price goes lower, take a look, everyone. Here is my next support level. Price could come down here all the way to the 12700, 12750 area. Okay. And again, what I want to show you is, again, the power of the flag formation. So and I have mentioned this in several videos. Let me just take my tool here, my drawing tool. Okay, take a look from here to here. Here's the flag pole. Here is the flag formation, the actual flag. Here's the flag pole. It's a bearish pattern. And again, the distance from here, A to B, most likely often ends up being C to D with the same distance. So again, you can see what's happened. This move after the breakout from the from the bearish flag has come down quite a ways to replicate this this total movement here. Okay, and again, that's important. If you can spot that, that's great. If not, well, you know that some traders can spot these patterns. Other traders can't, but that's the reason why I'm doing this video, to give you, to always educate you as to what you could be looking at for further clues. Again, you can see over here, and we mentioned this already. So now we get to the US. Oh, let's jump back to the oil. Oil has come down again. It bounced off in response to the big question last week. Yes, oil was here, you can see, and last week it just came down with a thud. However, it sits at support, so there could be some minor, or there could be a bounce higher first. And then we would have to look for further either selling evidence or buying evidence. But right now, in short term, it may pull back just a wee bit. Okay, now we get to the US Swiss franc. The main thing we want to mention is that it's kind of going sideways right now. There may be some further evidence for upside movement. You can see here on the longer term trending indicator, the downtrend. Remember, when it's below zero, we're in an overall downtrend, which you can see here. Downtrend means we're making lower lows. Here's a lower low to the previous swing low. Okay. However, and also lower highs to previous swing highs. So here, prices rebounded off last week. Again, in answer to the big question, price did turn around off of support. And so, I was pretty accurate in my depiction as to what I thought would happen last week. It did. It went higher, down, now up again on Friday. The momentum bars are green here. We have a green momentum bar on the MACD. So certainly price could continue going higher for a bit. Again, you want to wait for evidence. And if we believe price is going to go higher, we want to buy above 0.9655. If we believe price is going to go lower, then we want to sell below 0.9590. Okay. Now, our final pair, the US Japanese yen. Here we go. Wow, what a week. Take a look at that. With the Sunday, Monday, we had a huge up candle, then 1, 2, 3 sideways dojis, and then another huge up candle on Friday with the non-farm payroll news, and so on. And so, in the short term, price may go a wee bit higher, but please note, everyone, see this gray rectangle right here? This is resistance. So, price may go up a bit higher and then come right back down, or break right through, and here's the next resistance right above here. So caution on this one. Take a look at the longer trending indicator, nothing but green histobars. But here, take a look. Generally, price is kind of, well, we had one green histobar obviously on Friday. So again, just caution here. If we believe price is going to go higher, we want to take a buy above 114.40, okay? Above 114.40. But remember, price could pull back first, okay? And the last thing I want to talk about is, again, I did mention this indicator right here. I am using it a lot in conjunction with this. The both, if used together correctly, can give you a really good indication as to what's happening in the markets, and that answers the question to this week, or the theme for this week, using trend and momentum to give you further clues. And if you guys want this indicator, okay, take a look right here. If you want my trending momentum indicator, okay, then send me an email. My name is Martin. Send it to mskyj007@gmail.com. So if you want my trending momentum indicator, that's this one, the bottom one right here, okay? Just send me an email. I'll make sure I send you a link uh, for you to get this indicator. So that's it for this week. Take care, everyone, and we will talk to you soon. If you have any questions, please email me. Take care. Bye for now.